Yeah, I've never been, but I know where it is. It's I and
This is cool. I got a new memory card for it the other day that holds, 8 times the amount that the former one did, so I can take movies for.
I have a new laptop that I bought and what I bought in February.
What kind is it?
A gift for my birthday, bought by myself.
Yeah.
Well, I received $124 from Microsoft as a result of that trial.
Really?
Yeah, I had my Windows and Microsoft Office. I had them registered online with Microsoft for updates and things, and they sent me. So why not?
They sent you $124.
Yeah,
birthday present.
Yeah, it was a voucher that you could use only to buy computer hardware or software, no matter what.
With their stuff on it, of course.
No.
Really?
Anything. But only computer hardware or I almost daily I want to read the European press, go online and read the American European press. I like to keep in touch with Europe.
Well, it saves you a lot of money. You don't subscribe to magazines or newspapers. You get it immediately.
Yeah, well, in the evening, for example, before dinner, I would just turn on the computer.
Together we will do our best to make your flight so enjoyable. At this time, we ask you to give your attention to the overhead screens in all cabins as we play our safety video. Once the video has finished, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask your flight attendant.
different like
Exactly what I wanted.
a different tenure I can get started. What? Do you get to the campus and get a public health?
Dublin, 11th October, who's remembered in a window in Christchurch. He was made a saint, and the cathedral holds a shrine containing his heart. The army was being successful, but the Christchurch of the
No problem at all, sir. Come on.
Photos are okay, sir?
Yes, sure, of course, no problem at all. Just easy to put everyone in a bit closer. People got coming to the Curtin Castle. My name's Dara. I'm your tour guide for the afternoon. Do stay together as a group as we. And this fact was not lost on Jonathan Swift, author of Gulliver's Travels, political satirist, writer, and thinker. He was granted a room here in the state apartments. She nearly burned down one night while reading by candlelight, for while he inhabited both worlds, mixing with dukes and duchesses here, also fighting consistently for the rights of the underprivileged, not just in Ireland, but in the world as a whole. He was rewarded for that, with a final resting place in the crypt of Christchurch Cathedral, just above us, here in Dainton. William Makeley Thackeray, author of Barry Lyndon and Vanished Fair, visited too, but he was very disparaging, lower by his peers. The other vice-regal portraits was that of Lord Cornwallis. He oversaw the surrender to Washington after the Battle of Yorktown, bringing to an end the American War of Independence. For that, he was shipped off to Ireland as Viceroy, but did succeed in putting down a rebellion here in 1798. After that, he regained his status in the world and became Viceroy of India, later Governor-General of India, the jewel in the crown of the British Empire as it was known. In Latin, their motto, Quae separati, in English, who will separate us. Below us is the tricolour and flag of Ireland, which symbolically represents green for the nationalist tradition, orange for the unionist tradition, white in the centre for the hope of a peace between them. And it's under the tricolour that every presidential inauguration since that of Douglas Hyde has taken place. Whoever our next president may be in 2011, they'll be inaugurated there. This was originally the ballroom where the dancing took place. The floor is still quite springy. It's been carpeted over since then. The orchestra played here above us. The king or queen or viceroy sat there in that upper balcony and observed the events. They never danced. Now there, above the Waterford crystal chandeliers, are three works by another Italian artist, Vincenzo Valdo. And the biggest at the end, the lighting of the fire on the hill of Slane by St. Patrick in the mid-13th century. Slane, a little village still outside of Dublin, was at that point. Christianity came to Ireland. Those carrying wood in the picture are pagans, now converted to the Christian faith. President Kennedy was here, standing for some of the flag. In June 1963, first president to pay a state visit to the Republic of Ireland. Most recently, Nelson Mandela was here, very warmly received, not long after his years of incarceration in Robben Island, South Africa. He was received and granted the freedom of the city. Okay, come in a bit closer again, or just a bit easier. This is the upper courtyard of the castle. It's where the military parades on horseback would take place in the 18th century. and they could be viewed from the windows there above us. It's the throne room, of course, just right through there. Now the courtyard is flanked by two statues. Fortitude looks very confident, as I think anyone would who was accompanied permanently by a lion and a spear. You would do a lot for your sense of well-being. And there, Justice. That's an unusual statue of Justice because she's not blind. Unlike other pictures you can see, there's no blindfold, and the sword that she's holding is off at an angle. It's not like straight like that. And as people were quick to point out, when the statue was originally installed here, she has her back to the wider populace of Dublin, and so it was inferred from that she's judging those here in the castle. And now there, so a blue door, is the Bedford Tower, and it was from there, on the morning of July 7th, 1907, that the crown jewels of Ireland were stolen. They had a value in the year 1907 of £8.5 million, an unimaginable sum at that day. And the crown jewels were comprised of 150 Brazilian diamonds and crowned two separate emblems, one entirely in rubies, the other entirely in sapphire. Only two people had access to the keys which got you into that safe, and there was no evidence of the safe having been tampered with. They were Arthur Vickers, a trustee here of the castle, and Owen Kerr of the Dublin Metropolitan Police. Now Vickers was in a relationship with the younger, less courageous, less noteworthy brother of Shackleton, the Arctic explorer. Shackleton the younger was a drunk and a gambler who, it's believed, really took advantage of his relationship with Vickers and brought the crown jewels off out of the country and began another life. In this illustration here, you see how the walls had expanded quite significantly, stretching further and further. Of them, there's only a small part of St. Albans Gate still left intact. And there, facing onto the Liffey, kind of in the centre, is Wood Quay, and it's that spot in the year 800 that the Vikings physically set off their boat, having sailed up the Liffey and began their first settlement. Through here and down the steps. A little steep, so do watch yourselves. Now, in 1386, the bubonic plague reached Ireland, later than it had in other countries. It spread in Asia, worked its way all the way through Europe, till finally it arrived here. And it came, its first point, into Hove. It's a fishing village on the northern part of Dublin, still there. And it arrived by rafts on the boats which came from France and Spain. Dock here, the rats got from the boats, spread throughout a very unclean city at the time, and the fleas on the bodies of the rats would bite people, and the plague was spread from there. Now, half the population of Dublin succumbed to it, died in a very short space of time, had similar effects in Drogheda, Dundalk and Kilkenny. At the time, scientific knowledge, even rationale in the modern sense of the word, was the preserve of a tiny percentile of the population. The majority of them believed in Ireland, as they did in Europe, in different countries, that it was the end of the world itself. It was God's judgment on people. By far, the worst thing that ever happened to Dublin in all its history. They did wall themselves in, as you can see here, archway filled in. In attempt to quarantine, they just kept us in the city, not out, but the people did survive. Still working with them.
Sorry.
It all starts at 5:30 next Sunday, Sky One. That's when we bring you a brand new Simpsons earlier than ever before. Then join Noel Edmonds at 6. Are you smarter than a 10-year-old? How many countries make up Great Britain? 1. At 7, it's even more.